everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing the end of the year book tag. I don't remember if I did this tag last year, but I needed something to do today. And I had seen it recently on YouTube going around, and you know what? I was like, let's do it. It's only like 6 questions. My hair is a little bit crazy today. I washed it. I thought it looked pretty good this morning, and then I took Presley to school and it was windy and it went everywhere. So we're just gonna deal with that. But yeah, 6 questions talking about going into the end of the year. I had not looked at the questions until like right before I sat down to film. So yeah, let's get into that. Question number 1 is, are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? Normally, I am very good about either finishing a book or DNFing a book. If I DNF it, it's usually because it's not for me or I did not like it, that kind of thing. I do actually have one book that I have not finished and has just been sitting on my reading list, currently reading on Goodreads for months now. And that is The Book Eaters by Sun Dean. I have my bookmark in there and everything. I was really enjoying this book. I was actually reading it in April, it's November now, for the Autism Acceptance Readathon. I thought I was going to power through and finish it at the very beginning of May because I did not finish it in April. And so I also have not posted my Autism Acceptance Readathon vlog, even though I have lots of thoughts on autism authors and things for the books that I read. So I mean, I probably should finish this so I can at least give a last final update on this and then post that vlog because it's now November. It came at the very beginning of like the whole moving process. April is when we were finding a house and actually like figuring out that we were going to move. And then May was packing and selling house and like tons of crazy stuff like that. And then we moved at the very beginning of June and I just have not picked it up since. It has been over here for a while, like not even put back on my TBR shelf or anything. It has been in a special spot so I can pick this up eventually and read it. I was very much enjoying this book. It is about a mother who is a book eater. Like, they're not human. They actually like get their sustenance and stuff from books, and I really was liking this sort of dual timeline of this because it's not a very like strict dual timeline. Like, we're getting a little bit more reveals each time we go back and forth, and I liked the idea of the mother character that we had because she is a mom and trying to take care of her kid, but then there's also other stuff going on. She's a woman in this society that's very, you know, patriarchal and things like that, and I just have not finished it when I really should have because I was loving what I was reading. I think part of the reason I didn't finish it yet, and I still have it, is obviously that I got busy, but I haven't had as much time for physical reads that aren't like comics, manga, or graphic novels, that kind of thing. So it's a little bit intimidating to be like, let's read this physical book that I know was taking me a little bit longer page-wise to read than like my normal speed, but I never DNF'd it in an actual like, this is a DNF, because I loved it. I just put it on pause. It's the only book currently that I put on pause that I started this year and have not finished. So I think one of my goals is to finish it this year. Remind me to pick this up, please. Question number 2 is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I do feel like I have books that are autumn vibes or Halloween vibes, that kind of thing. I wasn't necessarily planning on transitioning anything into the end of the year necessarily. However, the one that I'm going to mention here is probably New Witch on the Block by Louisa West. This was the September book club pick for my book club, but again, have not been feeling the reading thing as much. Life's been a little bit crazy. The transition has been a little bit crazy. But I have had somebody in the book club read it and give like little bits and pieces, nothing like spoilery or anything. And it does seem like this is a very fun sort of autumn feeling read, especially because it's compared to Gilmore Girls a lot, which to me, I like to do a rewatch of that almost every year around autumn time. And it has a little bit of magic. It should be quick as well. So it is something that I want to really try and fit in this month. Question number 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for? And yes, technically there is. We've talked about it in, I think, the most recent new releases video that I had because it was going through the end of the year. It's gonna be Heavenly Tyrant by Zhao. This is the sequel to Iron Widow, which I read, I think the year it came out or the beginning of the year after it came out. It was my top book of the year I read it. Like, I absolutely loved the vibes and the characters and the way that it was using Chinese historical characters in this like sci-fi mecha setting, and it was very, you know, again, down with the patriarchy sort of thing. I really absolutely loved that one. The last like 100 pages of that book flew by for me because it was just like it kept hitting us with like thing after thing after thing, and it was like so speeding up in that momentum that I needed to finish it. And then we ended like on a cliffhanger, and it's been what, 3-4 years, something like that. I don't know the exact, but 3 or 4 years since that book came out, and we've been waiting because obviously the author had other obligations, had to release the Zachary Ying book first, but I've been waiting. And it is finally coming out in December of this year. The thing is, I have the Illumicrate version of Iron Widow, and Illumicrate has now updated their version of Iron Widow and Heavenly Tyrant. So yes, I have pre-ordered the new 2-book set. I loved Iron Widow so much, I might keep my original one. We'll see how it goes, but I have pre-ordered the 2-book set. I have no idea when that's going to come in, so I don't even know if that's going to be something, because it's not supposed to be released until December anyway. I don't know if it's something that I'm going to get to this year, but I think I want to reread Iron Widow before I jump into Heavenly Tyrant anyway. But I'm going to wait until it comes out. I'm going to wait until I have it in my hands, but I have been waiting for so long, and it's finally coming out at the end of this year. I'm so excited. Question number 4, what are 3 books you want to read by the end of the year? So I'm currently in the middle of playing Dragon Age Veilguard. I'm like 27, 28 hours in, and I'm still in Act 1. It is a huge game, so I'm going to be playing that for a lot of the year. So I do have things that I want to read, but I just don't know exactly how much I'm going to be reading, because like right now, we're almost halfway through November, and I have not finished a book yet. Because I have not really started a book yet. I started one that was an audiobook recently that was part of my 12 Books, 12 Friends. Not the one that you guys voted on recently, but something that I was able to easily get on audiobook. And I don't think I like it. I think it's boring and bland, and it is a very quick one. Like, I'm listening on 2 times speed, and in one day of an outing where we went somewhere as a family and then came back home, I was able to finish 70% of it, but I just don't care. So do I DNF, do I not? I'm in that space right now. So I did pick 3 books, all in a different category, because I have lots of different things that I want to read. But so the first category was book club books. Obviously I mentioned New Witch on the Block earlier, but also Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes was my October book club pick. So again, something that I really want to get in this month, hopefully. This was also on the TBR game that we did recently. I picked this to read this month. It's also an arc, an outstanding arc, because I knew I wanted to do it as a book club pick. So even though I got an arc last year, like early last year sometime, I did not read it because I wanted to wait until we were like gonna pick it for the book club. But this is a sci-fi horror. I absolutely love Dead Silence, and I really, really want to read this. It should be actually quick to read, because like once I sit down to read it, I'm gonna love it. But so this was a book club pick that I need to read. Then I also have a 12 Books, 12 Friends that I need to read. There's actually a few of them, but the one again from the TBR that we picked this time, you guys voted on it. It's Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is a book that is over 500 pages. That's the reason we picked it. And tons of people have said I need to read this. My sister is the one that told me I needed to read this for my 12 Books, 12 Friends. And so, yeah, people are like, yeah, it's 500 pages, but it's a very, very quick read. I have been intrigued by this. Not enough to get in like with the really, really big hype, but I did pick it up when it was on sale at Costco at the end of last year. So it's the pretty holiday edition. I need to read this. I think I need to read this by the end of the year for sure, because the 3rd book will be coming out, I believe, like January or something like that. And if I like this, I'm gonna want a pretty edition to match the first 2 that I have. So like, yeah. And then another one that I should read is a buzzword pick, because again, I have not been keeping up 100% on buzzwords, but if I can, I would like to do it. And so buzzword for December is holiday words. And one book that again I have pre-ordered from Illumicrate is Under the Mistletoe with You by Lizzie Huxley Jones. I read her previous book, Make You Mine This Christmas, last year I want to say it was, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love it. It came in an Afterlight box, and I loved the sapphic romance. I loved that we had disability rep, like we had chronic illness, and it was like fake dating, but like with a little bit of a twist, because like she ends up falling for like the fake date's sister. I absolutely love that one. So this is by the same author, same world. I think we're following the brother of the sister, and he's gonna have his romance. I believe it's a celebrity type of romance. I didn't care. I just loved that first one so much that I pre-ordered the second one. And that one should hopefully be in. I think they have announced that they should be having the shipping notifications for that soon. So again, probably not this month, but I do like to read Christmas books around Christmas, and that will be coming in. And mistletoe is a buzzword holiday word, so I think that'll definitely fit. Question number 5, is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I don't even remember what my favorite book of this year is supposed to be right now. I would have to go back through all of my ratings to actually tell you what I think my favorite book of the year is. This year has felt so long, but also felt like it went by so quickly. I cannot tell you everything that I read this year. No idea. So, I mean, yes, technically, I guess there could be a book that I read and could become a favorite book of the year, but I also feel like because I do not have a frame of reference right now for what my actual like top book of the year is, it might be Role Playing by Kathy Yardley. I think I read that like February of this year even. I don't know what my top 5 are. I don't know any of that right now because again, I can't remember everything that I read. But yeah, something could become a new favorite of the year. I have no frame of reference for like what kind of book. I actually don't even know what I'm in the mood for right now. So potentially. And then question 6, have you already started making reading plans for next year, 2025? No. I'm currently in the no thoughts, head empty space right now. I think part of it is because I'm playing Dragon Age Veilguard and I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun. But I think it's also just, I don't know what I want to read. And going into next year, I know I still want to do some book club stuff. I know I want to try and get back into some of the reading vlog things that I started last year and this year, like Plot Twist. I have one that I need to read that I just haven't started yet. The Stephen King sort of project that I started a couple years ago. Like I should definitely get back into that, but like the last Stephen King book that I ended on, I hated, and so I just haven't picked anything back up. But for actual concrete reading plans, besides like I have a bunch of books that I need to read, no, I have not figured out even what the January book club pick would be. Like nothing. I got nothing. I don't know if that's an interesting thing or just like, here, welcome to my mind space right now. I got nothing. I do have books that I definitely want to read. Like I said, I have at least these ones here, plus a couple of the other ones that I'm waiting to come in. And I'm definitely super excited for those. But besides that, I'm in Dragon Age space right now. So the book thing, not as much. But yeah, that was all 6 questions. Again, quick, easy tag video that I don't think I did last year. So I was like, you know what? I don't think I did it last year. Let's do it this year. And it definitely made me consider things. Consider my reading currently. Because I already knew that I wasn't going to be doing as much with a video game. This made me think a lot about what I should be reading. Because I do still love books, obviously. I'm playing the video game, but I do still love books. It's just a little bit harder to figure out when to do what with Elliot. She's literally under my desk right now while we're filming this video. And so I'm playing the video game when I can and not reading as much right now. Yeah. So I guess that's going to be it for me today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I currently have videos coming out on Tuesdays and Thursdays because I'm playing video games. And so I will see you then. Bye!